So, remember when I said in the last post that I had somewhere to go sometime next month and it was going to be a long drive, so I figured I would just use my tablet during the drive. We had to go to a family function tonight. That's why I'm dressed like this. Plus, it's freaking cold and I love this sweater. So I had to go out to family function, and my aunt lives about a half hour away, and more like 45 minutes. And I had an idea in my head, and I thought, I'll just jot it down in my tablet. I get motion sick. So there will be no typing while a passenger in a car. Rats. I did manage to get the outline done on the scene that I dreamt about yesterday. And not only that, I outlined a scene that takes place just prior to it. Yay me. So it's like really exciting because it was amazing how I could still picture everything. And I can't wait to flesh it all out and get it down in more detail. It's like really cool. I got a little bit of outlining done today, not so much because I had to work early, and by the time I uploaded last night's vlog, it was 2 in the morning, almost 2 in the morning, and I had to be at work at 7:15. So you can imagine how on just about maybe 4.5 hours of sleep, I wasn't exactly functioning 100% today. And I forgot my money at home, and I was supposed to get a $5 coupon for covering for somebody last week, but I haven't yet. I was kind of counting on that. So I was living off of some of the candy that I have in my apron. I think I had 4 Laffy Taffies on my break today because they were like chewy and the most substantial thing I had in my apron. The rest of the thing was filled with sweet tarts and bottle caps, which I eat throughout the day. Give myself a little buzz going. But I didn't have anything until I came home and made myself a sandwich, and then we went out to the family thing and had soup and chicken, and so my brain was not functioning at work today. So I did manage to get a little bit done when I got home, and then I started watching other YouTube videos. Distractions. I was going to make a video about my favorite books, but every video that I recorded was about 20 minutes long, and I didn't think I could edit that much time out of it. I did want to show this off though, because this was buried under all of my stuff. It was my first date, actually, with my boyfriend. He took me to the comic book store that he likes to go to. And we were looking around, and I saw this. This is my Willow figure. I love it. Because I was such a big Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan when I was a teenager, and Willow was my favorite. So I saw that and I was extremely happy. So I found that. I also found I'll take the glass out of the frame because it's got glare. My autographed picture of Jason David Frank from Comic-Con. Look. Ah! Now, if you follow him, you know he doesn't look like that anymore. But this is what he looked like back when he was the White Ranger. And I loved when he had long hair like this, and he just has such a nice smile. So yeah, I got picked on a lot for that from my boyfriend, because we both had our fanboy, fangirl moments. I got to meet Jason, and he got to meet Summer Glau from Firefly and Serenity, and she was on some other Terminator girl or something, I don't remember. So he was all fanboy about that, and so we picked back and forth about, he said something to me when we got back home, and I said something about him being hung up on Miss Firefly, and he goes, "Oh, what about you and Mr. Power Ranger?" So, but yeah, I think that's what makes us such a fun pair, because we are able to pick at each other like that. So I'm still working slowly on my NaNoWriMo outline. With work, it's been really hard. So, because I need sleep to function, because I handle people's money on a daily basis. So I think I'm going to do a bulk of outlining on Thursday, since I am off, and I'll just like go to a coffee shop or something and just scribble away. Try and get the ending fleshed out, because I have no idea with the villain and everything. I actually have so many ideas in my head for this story, I might even make it a trilogy, and that would give me a reason to participate in a couple camps throughout next year to at least get a rough draft of each story that I'm thinking about. I don't know yet. We'll see how this one turns out and what I weed out and what I add, because I don't want a 10,000 page book, because then I think people would get bored with it. But I could give you just a little gist of what my story is about. It's about a girl who goes bike riding with a friend, and they go down a path that's not very well, it's not paved very well. It's really worn, and they crash, and they find themselves in this other world. Still working out the details of it in my head, but I think it's going to be kind of a mixture of medieval and ancient civilizations, and because I want to create like a whole pantheon of deities, and have a royal family and a rival kingdom, and the clothes are going to be incredible, and that's why I got all of those library books, so I could describe the wardrobes, and she gets mistaken for their missing princess, who was kidnapped sometime prior. Her friend is arrested because he is accused of being her kidnapper. So she has to rescue him and then find the princess and try to get her back, so then maybe they can get back to their normal life and find a way home. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's a mixture of everything. A lot of inspiration from everything that I've ever been into is going into this. There's going to be magic and medieval worlds and sword fighting, and I might have my main character learn archery because that is just awesome. And I took an archery class when I took a couple courses in college, and I loved it. One of my favorite movies is Brave, because she's a badass princess and she can use a bow and arrow, and I just love that. Yeah, so I'm trying to work out all of the nitty gritty little details in my head about exactly what happens and when, and the minor characters, and I'm going to work on a couple profiles tonight, instead of my outline, because then NaNoWriMo starts next Friday. Duh! So I'll know this Friday what I work next Friday, and that'll determine what time I can actually start writing. Because if I have another 7 a.m. shift, I'm not going to start writing at midnight. I'm going to work. I'm going to sleep and work my shift on at least 6 hours of sleep, so then I'm not so cranky. And then come home and type until my fingers fall off, or whatever, to get some kind of a goal. At least get the minimum 1667 words. I feel pretty good about this idea, though. And then after I finish this story, there's a series of novels that I've been wanting to work on for a number of years. I have a couple outlines on it about a character that I made up for role play. And I just love her so much, and I want to, I have a whole bunch of ideas for her. And I've been wanting to do a novel for that for eons. Maybe not eons, I'm not that old. So once I get this idea out of my head, then maybe I'll have a little free space in my brain and I can focus on the other one. And then that can be for future camps and NaNoWriMos. So, because then I can at least get some kind of a draft out, and I might be driving myself crazy doing all of these nano things. But if it gets me writing, and if the writing eventually leads to publication, even better. I don't know if I can make a full-time career out of it. I don't know if... I'm not counting on having bestsellers. I'm not counting on having stories like To Kill a Mockingbird and Gone with the Wind that last for ages and ages, and people 200 years from now are going to be reading my stories. That's not really what... I would like to be able to make a little bit of extra money so I can either completely quit my job or cut back, or keep my job and have a little extra fudge money for car repairs and travel, and so I'm not scraping from week to week, and I'll be able to move out of my parents' house. That's my ultimate goal. I want to be able to do everything I want and have my own place and not scrape for cash, which nowadays is hard. I get it. So yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna upload this, edit it and upload it, and get some writing done, because I don't have to start till almost 10 tomorrow. So if I don't fall asleep, I'm gonna get a little more writing done and character stuff. Trying to focus more on character stuff, so I'm not completely lost when I'm writing. Like, I'm trying to figure out how someone would react to a certain situation. Because long pauses to think takes up writing time. Especially if I want to do my 10K Thursdays. So maybe I'll practice some sprints on Thursday too. Just write some random scenes and see how fast I can do it. So have a good night, everyone. Bye.